What is going on, YouTube? It's Cons Vlogs. We're back with another video today. Guys, we've got a super special video today. I've been wanting to film this for so long. As you can already tell, we've got the C8Z out. We also have Braden joining us, aka South Valley Photo, in his 2013 Lamborghini Gallardo Final Edition. What we're gonna be doing is a little comparison between the two, the C8Z and the Lamborghini, and we're actually gonna toss Braden the keys to the C8Z. He's gonna take it out for a rip, give me his thoughts, kind of what he thinks, and he's gonna compare it to the Lambo. Now, obviously, one thing to take into account here is that it's a 2024 C8 Z06 and a 2013 Lamborghini Gallardo. Keep that in mind as we're doing this review. But nonetheless, they're both mid-engine supercars. One's Italian, one's American, and honestly, kind of the first American mid-engine supercar. Okay, so here we have Braden, the wonderful owner of the Gallardo here. Tell us a little bit about the car.
So, like you mentioned, it's a 2013 Lamborghini Gallardo, and it's a final edition. Now, what that means is the last run of Gallardos came with the front and rear bumper, so that's not a body kit. This is literally factory, and the only other cars to come with it are the Squadra Corsa. Otherwise, essentially it's still a Gallardo, so it's the 5.2 liter V10. It's a single disc clutch, so, and it's E-gear. I wish it was a manual, but maybe do a conversion later. I don't know.
It's possible. We've seen it. We've seen it online. It could be done.
Yeah, wrapped in KPMF. It's an ice titanium silver metallic. Stupid long name. But we got Vexton wheels. Those are a one-of-one design that I designed with the owner of Vexton. We've got a titanium exhaust by Dynamic Driven. It's lowered on springs. So just kind of all the car really needs. If you wanted to go stiffer, more adjustable ride, you can do coils, but honestly, the springs do fine. It actually is smoother with the lowering.
Interesting.
Weird.
Interesting. I wonder if they're
Super
progressive. But so here's a quick look over the car. So here you have it, those Vexton wheels, beautiful. The white contrast, so nice. And like he mentioned, it's the 5.2 liter,
Yep.
naturally aspirated V10.
560 horsepower from factory, all-wheel drive. This has actually been converted to rear wheel, and it only takes like 2 hours.
Ooh, okay. So 5.2 liter V10, 5.5 liter V8, 8,600 RPM redline in the Corvette. What is your car redline at?
8,700.
Okay.
Not to try to like one up you.
Hey,
just saying.
hey,
just saying.
It's Italian. It's Italian magic. So has 100 more RPM, a little bit less horsepower, both rear wheel drive as they sit right here. Very similar cars, but also very different. And not only the differences in the engines, but as Braden mentioned, this is an E-gear car, which means single clutch. This is a dual clutch, the Tremec dual clutch.
Even like, it's so responsive on the throttle. I'm gonna need you to build a 1,000 horsepower monster next. That's just...
That was the goal. That was the goal with the SS. That was what we were shooting for. We had it. We were only missing a fuel system. That was it.
So close, but yet so far.
Yep, and then it all just crumbled in us. But the Mustang, actually no, the transmission in the Mustang couldn't handle it. You know, if I build a 1,000 horsepower car, it's gonna have to be a Corvette.
Tell you what, guys, if he reaches 10 likes on this video, he'll twin turbo it.
Whoa. Supercharge. I'll supercharge it. Yeah, 10 likes. We'll get there too.
Likes.
We're gonna get there for sure.
That's why I set the bar low, because I'm like, dude, I know we'll get there.
Okay. 10 likes for that. If we hit 100 likes on the video, Braden puts a VF supercharger on the Gallardo.
Okay, that's fair.
That's 100 likes.
That's fair.
100 likes. Okay, you heard it here first.
How is it on long drives in this thing?
It's great. I mean, I've driven it for probably 2 hours straight so far, and
It's so comfy.
I don't have any issues. I will say that the seats, specifically the passenger seat, it feels smaller and like it hurts my lower back if I'm in here for a while.
Oh, really?
The driver's seat though, I mean, you got room over there, so.
I like it. Everything's so like driver focused, like all of the, like, that's the one part I hate about certain cars is like part of the driving, like when you buy a car, the outside is awesome for everybody else, but it's the interior that makes it special for you and your driving experience on top of the way the car drives.
100%.
So like this, where it's so focused and centered around you, is so sick.
100%. That is really what I like. As a passenger, it's like you're just kind of here.
Yeah.
Because everything's angled away. How is the Gallardo interior held up since you've had
Pretty
it?
good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll say it's the leather's really nice. It's great. Though I drive it, I take very good care of it because
Okay,
like,
yeah.
I hate it when you get into a car and then you brush over the bolster and it sags and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I get in my Mustang and if it's dusty, I'm like, nope. I just have to think, because it's like if I get a girl in here, if the next time I take a girl out on a date, if I've got dust in my car, we're not doing good. That's an issue. If there's dust in the car when I take a girl out on a date.
That is so linear, like you guys were saying. That is crazy. Oh, he didn't even put it down.
Still though, dude, that is insane.
Sounds crazy.
The V10 has a signature sound to it. It does.
It really does. And honestly, like, that's why I was super stoked about the exhaust we did on it, because it just changes it up ever so slightly. But yeah, that V10 is just.
So from an acceleration standpoint, right? If you're thinking about your Gallardo, what do you notice different here? Is the power band similar?
Smoother. This one just feels like you're just about to take off on a plane.
Okay.
Like if that does that make sense?
Yes.
Where it just like is so climbing that you start to feel the G's and you're like, what the heck?
Do you feel the shifts in the Gallardo more?
Oh, dude, yes. That's the reason why I love that car so much, because
It's raw.
It's raw. It just has got this like, because like Lamborghini is known for the Raging Bull. It's not supposed to be practical.
Right.
That thing slaps you around.
I like that. Yeah. See, this is more refined, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
With the dual clutch, with the V8, it's just refined.
Like that is crazy to have that kind of just linear power, but you just feel like it's, again, like you're taking off.
Dude, the wheels set that thing off.
It's like the little finesse.
It is, yeah. The more I think about it, that car is you. Like, I couldn't see you driving another car now.
Isn't that weird?
Now that I know you with the Gallardo, I couldn't picture you in a different car. I mean, obviously, I know you're gonna come. Eventually, you're gonna come up with something bigger, badder.
Oh yeah.
And you're gonna make it your own, just like you did that. So, the number one thing I hear people say online is that the steering is kind of dead in the Z06.
Okay.
Do you feel that at all? Just cruising on the freeway. Do you feel, is there feedback from the road, or is it kind of?
So, dead as in like they're not receiving any feedback?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I will say it feels like now granted, we're on Utah roads. As people who've never driven on these roads, they're horrible.
Yes,
they feel
they're
like,
terrible.
Especially in the Gallardo, like every nook and cranny, and like they have these like parallel lines that you drive along. So if it takes you over, it takes you over. And this, I just feel like I can literally almost let off and it just go. Like,
Okay, it's like more of a cruiser type car when you compare it to something like the Gallardo. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it feels good though. Like it's kind of nice not having to worry about it, because I almost get annoyed sometimes because I feel like I'm fighting against something. But this feels great.
I feel like with the C8, Chevy kind of bridged the gap to where it's like, yes, obviously you're driving a supercar, it's fast, it performs extremely well, but if you want to use it as just like a cruiser, it's also practical for that as well.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? So as far as living with the Gallardo and practicality, I know you mentioned before, like you have to plan out your day.
Oh yeah.
Because you got to know what to take, because there's no storage space in the car.
None.
Okay.
So no grocery runs. I mean, if you're doing a grocery run, it's got to be light.
Yeah.
You can fit a little bit more than some people might over-exaggerate it to be, but you are very limited on space. Pretty much whatever you can fit behind the seat and in the front, and that's it.
Where this has, as you guys know, this has the trunk in the back with a ton of space, enough to fit 2 full sets of golf clubs, according to GM, and it has the frunk as well. But again, it plays back into that whole, like the Lamborghini is, you're buying a race car experience for the road.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not supposed to be practical.
Exactly, yes.
You are literally buying a car that has emotion, that brings excitement, that's got all the sound, it's got all the quirks. It's got everything you kind of want. Anyone that's like, oh, I'm looking to be able to do X, Y, and Z, well, then it's not for you. Jeez. Okay, you understand this. When you're in like a supercharged high horsepower car, when you're getting up to speed, like, and you're going up there, it feels like it. You look down and you're like, holy. That's crazy. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what though, say what you want to say, you put an exhaust on this bad boy, to hear that scream at the high RPM should be insane.
I want him to leave the valves in because he wants the valve so bad, and it is brutal on startup.
The Gallardo, and maybe it's just these high revving motors, when it does that cold start, the Gallardo's the same way.
I bet it's brutal.
Dude, and I don't have valves. It's just basically cats and then nothing else.
Nice.
I start my car, this is horrible, so no one else do this, don't listen to my example. I start the car with the garage closed.
Oh my God.
Because I'm so nervous about pissing my neighbors off. And my neighbors are pretty chill, but I'm like, still, it's just one of those things where I'm like, no, like, I don't want to wake them up, especially if I'm like starting it up early in the morning for cars and coffee, whatever it may be. But yeah, that cold start, so we did a decibel test, and you're going to be exclusive, but it's over 110, I'll say that.
Wow.
On startup.
Wow.
110 decibels, which, look up the decibel chart on like how that rates against
really
everything else.
loud. Yeah.
It's loud.
Yeah.
Because also, that car, if you just rev it in a parking lot, it's loud, but it's not like pierce your ears loud. Now when you're driving it and it's under load, something about whatever, I don't even know what the crap I'm talking about, but it is crazy.
I was gonna say that downshift, when he downshifted right next to the window, that hurt my ears, like from this side.
Oh yeah.
Which is insane, because just like being around that car in parking lots and whatnot, you'd have no idea it's that loud.
No. That's why I love it. It's like, as it calms down, it's like you can talk, you can have a conversation, it's manageable, even though it's basically straight piped after the cats.
Okay, yeah. Driving impressions compared to the Gallardo. Give me your final thoughts as far as, you can get as specific as you want here.
I'm telling you, so I absolutely love it, but what's crazy is like, I don't even want to compare it to the Gallardo because I feel like this is a different beast. Like, again, you feel like you're in a jet taking off. It's fast. That dual clutch is just so responsive. And like the sound is like intoxicating.
Oh yeah. I mean, it sounds like a Ferrari.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Ferrari. It is a Ferrari engine.
Yeah. But that's crazy to me. Like, you get all this, it just is, I love it. I really do love it. But like, could I compare it to the Gallardo? No, because like the Gallardo, it's violent. It just has a little bit of a different personality. It's so impractical. And the V10 sound is just, it's, again, there's a spectrum to it.
Right.
It's just different.
It is just such a connected feeling. I mean, that transmission is, it is not the same. It feels so cool.
You kind of get what I'm saying though, when you're full tilt.
Oh,
and it,
yeah.
like, punches you.
Yeah.
So what we decided was kind of, and you can tell me if this is a good take or not, like this is raw, connected race car for the street.
Here's what I'll say. This is a twin jet Cessna. It's small, just throws you around everywhere. It's not the most practical, cool thing. This is your like F16 because it's so smooth, and then you look down and you're like, how are we going that fast?
Yeah.
Like, it just,
This is like, it hammers you, and then it hammers you, and then it hammers you. It hits you.
it's raw.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you for
That's
like,
cool.
allowing me to
That is
drive
cool.
Oh, the same. I've driven the Superleggera on a track. Having the chance to actually drive it and get a feel for it is amazing.
It's crazy. I'm so glad he got on it. Because I was like, I told him, I was like, if he doesn't get on, I'm going to be so pissed. I'm going to be so pissed.
Yeah, I didn't dare do the full flat fit upshift.
Oh,
I'm like, I just mentally, I was in manual mode in my mindset.
Yeah, Mexico would be fun. We make sure we are strictly following the rules here. Well, you guys have had a little bit of my thoughts on the Z06, but I have not wide open throttled that car. Braden gave me full permission to wide open throttle and rip the Gallardo, and I'm absolutely going to take him up on that. I would be a bad friend if I didn't. So we're going to set the GoPro up in the Gallardo.
that's the the only way you have to drive this car.
Alright.
If you don't drive this car in Corsa, you're going to burn through that clutch. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're in Corsa.
Okay, so then you just click the right paddle, and now you're in first. Now, you have to be firm with the throttle. Just like go in, but be firm. You don't lift, otherwise it'll just slip back and forth. So.
Okay, how do I get the front lift up? Should I do it now or?
I got you, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that easy.
Okay.
It's really easy. I overcomplicate it because some people, like, they start to hear it slip because they get nervous.
Yeah.
And so they're like, and then they...
That's the other thing I didn't mention. That thing's like trying to stop a semi compared to this.
Okay.
Yeah, those are touchy.
They're very touchy.
Live update.
Yeah, you got to get into it a little bit.
Yeah. They're probably super grabby. So live update, the Z06 brakes a lot easier and a lot faster than the Gallardo. The Gallardo, I haven't driven it yet, but apparently you kind of got to get into it, and then it grabs really hard.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, so when you're moseying it around, feel free to, like, let off the gas.
And then shift.
It, just because it, like, treat it like a manual.
What about when I downshift? Same thing, let off?
Yeah, let off, you downshift. And then, yeah, otherwise that, you'll just pull it in, both paddles for neutral. But then when you're full tilt, yeah, just leave your foot on the throttle and shift it. I think you'll be surprised by how different of a driver it is.
Very stiff.
Yep.
Very stiff compared to the Corvette for sure.
Oh, it's there. You have to pay attention in this car. That's what's kind of fun about it. It's like you can't lollygag.
Yeah.
Because it's so driver focused and engaging.
Whoa. Okay, that's weird. It feels exactly like a manual car. Okay, so you got Apple CarPlay in here.
Yeah, I upgraded the stereo. They have an OEM stereo you can get from like China, and it has all the software built into it. But factory, it is like as old as it gets.
When was the Gallardo made?
2004 is when the first gen.
Oh my gosh, I was way off. So that makes more sense then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's minor updates, a lot of facelift stuff. Audi bought Lamborghini in 2008, I believe.
Okay.
And so that's when you start to see the transition. That's when you... Yeah, there we go. That's when you start to see a lot of the Audi motor and other components come into play.
Okay. That's like half throttle. That's like half throttle. Oh! Dude, the noise!
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I see what he's saying about the brakes. I do.
Yeah, that may or may not be from the rally. But
That's okay. That's okay. Straight?
yeah, straight.
Okay. I want to kick her out. We don't want to kick her out.
This will be the next car you want to buy.
You think so?
I'm into this one.
I'm really liking it.
Yeah, feel free to do it a little bold. Flat foot shifting, please.
All right, here we go. We're doing it. We're going to lay off a little bit.
Hit it, brother.
Oh my gosh! You are not lying. That thing kicks you. But I like it though. Like this is a different experience. Very different experience. Just like you guys were saying, this is raw, dude.
It's raw.
I feel every single bump in the road in the steering. Every single bump.
Oh yeah. It wants to take you wherever
Yep.
the road takes you. And
But yet it's stiff though. Like the steering's heavy still. It's responsive.
again, like you have to be so engaged while driving this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Like-
Especially with the way you have to shift it and everything. It's like I'm relearning how to drive right now.
100%.
Because I'm not used to having to drive like a...
Oh,
Dude.
even with windows. Oh
Gosh.
so good.
I need a new car. It's okay. That's actually the good thing about this.
It's true.
This is going to make me want to buy something like this. And then I'm sure I'll never look back.
Nope. No, you might. I still miss my Mustang.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Dude, I love my Mustang. This is like nothing I would have expected either. Like you think, like I would have thought it would have been like a very refined, like easy driving.
See, the Huracan is
loud and fast. That's what I feel like the C8Z is a Huracan. It's different. It's yes. This is just so raw, dude. The whole thing. Like I'm sitting on the floor. I thought I felt low in that.
It's like the fact that you get the kind of pops in the exhaust. You get just everything. Like anything you want out of a car, especially a modern day, like, you know, mid-engine, just track weapon, which this car, in my opinion, is. You get all of it, and that's what makes it exciting. You get in some of these other like modern day track cars, and they're just boring to drive. Like, yeah, they might be fast in a straight line, but you're like, nah.
Right, but for like street driving, it's
it's exciting nonetheless.
Because let's be honest here, you can never use the full performance spectrum of either of these cars on the road.
Yeah, no.
Never.
Not in Utah.
No, goodness, no. We need to go to Mexico. We need to go to like Angeles Crest or whatever it's called in California or something.
Well, I'm about 300 miles from having this ready to go on a track.
Oh, really?
And then we'll get a feel for how it compares with like the Blackwing, and even a little bit how it compared with the Super Leggera, even though it's been some time since I drove that, to get a feel for kind of what the mid-engine rear-wheel drive is going to feel like.
I feel like you're going to like be so intoxicated by it.
You're never going to look back. You're never going to look back.
I already don't.
I really think you do.
I don't even want to ride in it either. I'm going to ride in it, and then the next day you're going to see my Mach 1 posted up for sale. Final remarks, final comments. Basically what I got was that it's kind of hard to compare them because there are a lot of differences other than mid-engine, super grippy, extremely fast around a track, just total driving experiences that you don't get in most cars, but also very different. Anything to add?
It's the best. I don't know. It's crazy because like when he asked me, I was like, all right, would I replace? Because when I asked that question, I think in my head, would I replace the Gallardo for this car?
Yeah.
I can't say yes at the time being, but I would definitely add it to the garage. It's on the list. Yeah. It is on the list.
That's fair. Because like you were mentioning with how raw the Gallardo is.
Yeah.
Getting that experience with the E-gear, kicking you when you shift, the V10. I mean, they're not that that's any less exotic sounding or anything, but it's just different.
I want both.
You know what I mean?
Is that so much to ask?
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
Everybody should be able to have both.
And I wasn't sure making the video. I honestly wasn't sure if we were going to have a clear answer of like which one is more fun or whatever. I think the best way to put it is they're different in the sense that obviously one is older, one is brand new, so the technology is total different. And at the end of the day, this is a Lamborghini. Like it's the Raging Bull. Yeah. That's what you buy this car for, is for that raw, loud, in-your-face driving experience. The Corvette is a refined track weapon that you can flex on people at the grocery store with, that you can flex on people at the golf course with.
That's where it spends most of its time.
Oh, because he takes it every time. He takes it every time.
It's not like I dread driving it because of the roads or because of traffic or anything else. I can get in that car and truly drive it as a daily driver, which is insane because of what I know it can also do on a track. I think the Gallardo, I would probably have a little bit harder time jumping in it to run to the grocery store and back. I would probably opt for another vehicle. But for raw driving, if I was going on a rally, if I'm going for a drive, for the experience of the drive, I would absolutely love that car.
Yes. We're going to convert people to the single clutch cars.
I like it. I like that. But that is actually going to wrap up the video, you guys. There you have it. I don't have to add anything. So check out Braden's merch. Curated Collective. Automotive fashion. It is the coolest brand ever. Like I bought 2 of his items already and I wear both of them. He's actually wearing the shirt today. I'm gonna give a shameless plug. I gotta do it. Let me see the curated merch. So this one right here is his F1 shirt. Super cool. Go ahead, take it. Show him the Mercy one.
Oh, dude.
This one's my favorite. So this is the Murcielago shirt, and this one is limited to 350.
This one's sold out. Well, yeah. So the launch edition, which is this one, is sold out. However, there's going to be 245 more plain ones, but it'll still be sick.
There we go. There you have it. So go ahead, check out Curated Collective, you guys. Big shout out to Braden for letting us take the car out and doing this video with us. Comments, concerns down below. Smash the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I'll talk to you on my next video.